Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just doing a little commentary about, my thoughts on Call of Duty as a franchise here. The gameplay you're going to be seeing today is Cold War, as seen before. I was playing hardcore during the triple-double a few weeks ago, and I was trying to level up, I think it's Type 63, and got annoyed, so I had to pull out the LC-10 before it's nerfed. Which I don't normally play hardcore, but it's really good for leveling up guns and getting camos done. But yeah, so that's what you'll be seeing. But like I said, I just kind of want to talk about the state of the game, what I think about it from the perspective of someone who hasn't played a whole lot of Call of Duty in the past few years up until Cold War. I spent a little bit of time in Warzone when it first came out. I never actually bought Modern Warfare 2019. But for some reason, I decided to get back into it with Cold War. I don't really know why. But let's just get into it here. So last game that I really played a whole lot of was Black Ops 3. Black Ops 2 is my favorite game of all time. But I played a lot of Black Ops 3. And after that, World War 2, played a little bit of that, kind of got burnt out and stopped playing for a while. But one of the biggest things I've noticed between like Black Ops 3 to Cold War is just the quality of 6v6 multiplayer. It's very obvious that they have kind of stepped back from 6v6 and are trying to focus on other things, like Warzone. Even like Zombies, I think, is taking a lot out of it. And there's just really not a lot of content sitting in 6v6, and a lot of things that they have put into it are just for things like Warzone. Like mastery camos, most people that I've seen going for mastery camos just end up using them in Warzone because, these guns are, meta for Warzone. FFAR, AUG, M16 even, as people have started to switch over to that. These are all Cold War weapons. So they've gone for these mastery camos and then hopped right back to Warzone. Which I think is funny because, it doesn't even seem like they put a whole lot of effort into Warzone in the past few months. I feel like Warzone's kind of been on the back burner. They've let, FFAR and AUG just take over. I mean, when a meta is just two weapons and that's it, and everybody's using them, it's not fun. But yeah, so I'm really hoping to see more maps come out for 6v6. I'm very much focused on that. It's where I spend most of my time. The addition of Fire Team I think is very interesting as well. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of it, but I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It's kind of like a way to step back and do something different. With Warzone being in the state that it's in, Fire Team is a really good alternative, in my opinion. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's just something different to play. You get teams of 4, fighting for, Dirty Bomb, or Hardpoint isn't as fun to me, mostly it's just people sitting on roofs, taking out the people on the point, and it's just not played the way it's supposed to be played, which is Treyarch's fault for, not putting more emphasis on, staying on that point and actually playing the game the way it should be played. Most of the XP and stuff you get out of Fire Team is from getting the kills, so why would you sit on the point when you can just run around and get kills? Overall, I think, weapon balancing has been pretty good for this game, compared to some games in the past. I mean, even looking at Warzone, like I said, with 2 metal weapons for everything, and at least in Cold War, most things are viable. There's not really very many guns that are just terrible. And yeah, obviously there are some that are better than others, but I've had a pretty good time, running around with anything. Changing my play style and, using tactical rifles compared to SMGs and assault rifles. There's a gun for every type of player and they can succeed. But I think the biggest problem with this game is the lack of content that we've seen. And I'm hoping in the future that they push more out, but I mean, with the content that we've seen so far, not very much. Looking over at zombies, this is honestly the most fun I've had with zombies in a very long time. I feel like in Black Ops 3, you know, like Dries and Drac was an amazing map, and like after that, I wasn't a huge fan of any of the other maps that came out until Zombie Chronicles. With this game, you know, each map that's come out and Outbreak, you know, I've had a good time playing it. You know, it's easy to, you know, take a step back from multiplayer and play something else. And there's not a whole lot of content for zombies either, but, you know, with everything together, there's always something that I feel like doing. But there's nothing that keeps me in one mode for long because I just get bored and move on to another one. And then just looking at Warzone, I know I talked about it a little bit, but the most fun that I have with Warzone is just messing around at this point. You know, I can't take it seriously because I'm just not a good enough player at Warzone. I haven't put enough time into it to be truly competitive. So most of the time when I'm playing, I just run around and, you know, use what I can find, maybe get a loadout, and I just end up dying. Usually in the top 10 if I get that far. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't put a whole lot of time into Warzone. I've been kind of playing it more lately just because I got so burnt out leading up to the triple-double weekend. You know, it was a very grinding time trying to level up a bunch of guns and going back and forth with that. So, it is what it is. But I'm hoping to see some more content in the future. It seems like there's a lot of potential, you know, but at the same time, I feel like Treyarch as a studio is very, you know, strung out, I guess. You know, they're trying to put so much together for so many different modes, and then also make it work for Warzone and all this stuff. I'd almost think it would be easier for Activision to take a look at it and change the model, I guess, because coming out with a new game every year, you know, all this stuff, I think it's kind of taking a toll on the franchise itself because there just aren't games built like that anymore. I mean, any other big battle royale or, you know, popular game just doesn't come out with a new game every year because it makes all the content from the last year, you know, pointless. I mean, you look at games that also have a battle pass system, you know, big ones like Fortnite, which is its own thing, but, you know, even games like Rocket League, where they have a battle pass and stuff, there isn't a new Rocket League every year. So when you run through the battle pass and you get all these things unlocked, you can use it forever. Because, well, at least in the future, it doesn't seem like there's going to be another Rocket League to come out. You know, Rocket League is Rocket League. There's not a new one every year. So I'm curious to see if Activision as a company, you know, changes their model, because I think it would be interesting to see how they could take the biggest pros of all these, you know, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, and kind of let them work together to make one, you know, end-all be-all Call of Duty, where they can continually update it, and it is, you know, the Call of Duty that lasts years. I mean, if Activision was able to focus solely on zombies and we let like Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer make the multiplayer side of it, I think it would be interesting to see if it would succeed better, and, you know, we wouldn't deal with all these glitches and problems and cheaters. You know, if they had a division that actually focused on an anti-cheat, you know, that would be very helpful for them. But I don't know. So I'm curious to see what we get in the future. Hopefully they make it better. But as of now, I'm gonna keep playing the game that we have because I'm hopelessly addicted to it. But thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more content like this, you know, leave a like, subscribe. You know, I appreciate it. All right. See you guys next time.